Stevens, Trouble, from Mona Bone Jack on XFM 104.9, playing some new songs, playing some old songs.
True enough, true enough.
Playing some old games, some chit-chat, some tears, some laughter, and Karl Pilkington with his brand new show, What's the Song?
What song am I thinking?
Now, I mean...
You're nervous about this, aren't you, Rick?
I am.
You're worried.
Well, because I've heard some of these clues before, and they're ramblings. Sometimes they're close to ramblings of a fool. Right? And it really is like those, what am I thinking?
Yeah. I don't know, though. I actually was genuinely impressed by Born Slippy. I have to give him the benefit.
That's one of the better ones.
Because
Because that was short, sweet, and it worked.
Some of these, you say they're not going to be quite as pithy.
Some of them are like Emily Bronte novels. Now listen, we're just going to go for it then. You do it, and we'll just get people to call up, because I want to see the general public's confusion at trying to work out a Karl Pilkington.
Why don't you give us your next clue, and then we'll play a track, and then we'll hopefully have people on the line after the track to try and answer it, and you can recap briefly. So give us your clue now for what song am I thinking of?
Right, this one, it's about a woman. And, she's just normal, nothing wrong with her, or so she thinks, right?
But there's the twist. Is this like the Tales of the Unexpected?
And she's got, like, you know, she's got her mates, and she's having a normal life, having a good time and that, and then this thing happens, right? And, she starts to stink, and she can't have a bath, right? And she really wants to have a bath. She's dead sweaty and stuff. She's going about her daily stuff. She can do everything else normal. She can eat, she can talk, everything. But for some reason, she can't have a bath.
Is there a coal mining husband in the bath?
Yeah. Is this Born Stinky?
She
can't have a bath.
So a woman can't have a bath?
Yeah. Or a shower. She can't.
Okay, leave it there, Rick. Don't try and guess. It's not fast to guess.
The general public can phone up and ask questions, so I just
I'm
go
not
for
sure
it.
They can they?
I think so. Otherwise, we don't want just people just phoning up and getting it.
What about this? Why don't they can ask one question?
Yeah.
They can ask one question of Karl, then they have to make a guess.
Okay.
08700 800 1234.
Have we got someone on the line now?
We'll just
let's do it. Let's go for one. Let's go for one. This is edgy radio.
This is
letting Karl
stuff.
live. Go on.
Hello, XFM.
Hello, I'm ringing about, what's the song?
Absolutely. What do you think?
Well, I'm going for Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
See, that works.
That's a great guess.
It does, yeah, but it doesn't work, because why can't she have a bath?
Okay, so the answer is in there.
I was going to ask you.
Well, that's your one question.
That'd be the answer.
That would be the answer, I'm afraid. What was your name?
Shelley.
Shelley, thanks very much.
Shelley, I should tell you that, you know, that you should never take this personally, because no one can really get into the mind of Karl, so don't, you know, beat yourself up about this. I don't expect anyone to get these clues.
No.
So well done. That is a fine guess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else there?
Let's hello, XFM.
Who's that on the line?
It's Chris.
Hello, Chris. A question for Karl? Before you give us a guess?
I haven't thought of a really good question or anything yet.
You just want to go for the guess?
No, what I thought was, I'm sure Simon Mayo used to do this when he did the breakfast show on Radio 1 years ago.
No, he didn't.
So you've just pinched this idea, Karl?
If you're going to rip someone off, Karl, do not rip off Simon Mayo.
I haven't ripped this off. I thought this was a new idea. I was going to do it with sound effects instead, but that's...
Yeah, he used to do that, and he used to get his team to play other characters.
You idiot.
Well, no, hang on. Yeah,
not you, Chris. I'm saying you idiot to Karl.
Yeah, but nothing's new anyway, is it? So I'm not getting annoyed about it.
True.
What do you think the answer is?
Is it Cornflake Girl by Tony Amos?
Good answer. She couldn't have a bath because she'd go all floppy
and then go down the plug hole.
Good answer.
She'd go all soggy. Yeah.
So
is it Cornflake Girl?
No, it's not, but that's
a great answer.
It could have been.
Okay.
You're already seeing the error of this, aren't you?
I think this is great radio. I'm really hooked on this. I'm genuinely excited.
This is really like that, those so-called lateral thinkers. A man got into a field and dies. Why?
Yeah.
He ran out of air. No.
Yeah.
Not the one I'm thinking
he was
of.
Shot.
Well,
no.
Yeah.
That was a good answer,
well, couldn't, Simon Mayo, sue you or something for doing it?
Will you stop? Don't mention that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think if you're going to steal ideas from someone, it should be a brain box like Mayo. I mean, he's the man to steal
The only example of one I can ever remember hearing in his show, because I was quite young then, was some people were pretending to, tap someone's phone or something, and then they got caught, and the answer was just bugging by whistle, because they were...
Genius.
That was absolute genius.
That's absolute genius.
See, Karl, that's the sort of standard you've got to come up against.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Chris.
The phone lines are hot.
Oh, hello, XFM.
Hi, is it Candy Perfume Girl?
Is it what?
Candy Perfume Girl.
Candy Perfume Girl?
Yeah.
Candy Perfume Girl.
Is it... Well, who's that by?
Madonna.
No, it's...
That sounds like an obscure album track.
No,
Wow.
it's just one of their songs.
Just think about it. She stinks and everything. She's a normal life. I didn't say she was a sweet or anything. But for some reason she can't have a bath or a shower.
Is this a big song? Just to give him a clue.
It's a bigger song than Candy Sweet Girl.
Thank you very much indeed for your guess. It clearly is right.
Thank you. Cheers. Sorry. Okay, one more, then we go to a record. Come on.
Okay.
Go on. Hello, XFM.
Carl.
Yeah.
Is it High and Dry by Radiohead?
High and dry.
High and dry. Now that's great. She smells, which is another word for high. She's dry because she doesn't have a shower. Carl, if it isn't that, yours will never be as good as that. He's the winner. Whatever you're thinking of, that clue is brilliant. What's your name, mate?
It's Richie.
Richard, I mean, you can't beat that.
That's a bit too lateral.
Don't be stupid. It's perfect. He's made yours into a clever clue. He's made high, she smells, dry, she never gets in the bath or shower. It's not that, is it, Carl?
No, it's
You
not.
don't even get that, do you?
Not really.
Have you ever heard of the word high being used to mean sort of smelly?
No.
No.
Oh, what?
That was where you went wrong there, mate.
Richard, I'm declaring you the winner, even though that isn't the
I
answer.
don't think
Thank
we
you.
should give up this early.
Can we
Rick.
just
What?
let's play a song and,
Let's play a song.
give it one more chance, because if people think about it, it is really easy.
I'm not going to find out the answer now because I've got to go out.
Okay, we'll do it very quickly. Stay in for 10 minutes.
We're just going to play a new Coldplay track out.
Okay, let's hear
Brilliant.
Coldplay and then we'll come back
Cheers.
with this.
Power Bridge.
Absolutely, and also Nikki from Bromley who emailed in, she's enjoying the show and she wanted a bit of Coldplay. That's the B-side of the current single.
This is
In
a
My
great
Place.
show, isn't it? We've got great music, we've
Great
got
music.
laughs, tears, we've got requests, we've got Simon Mayo games. It's just like Radio 1 for less people.
Exactly.
Radio 1 for less people. This is great, isn't it? So go on then.
So listen, Kai, you were so excited about this game, weren't you, earlier? You came in with a
But I
hop,
knew it
skip
would
and a leap in your
fall flat.
step.
Although I must say, the phones are going mental. We're going to have to take
This is
some
it,
more
no,
calls.
people
I
love
mean,
Carl.
high and dry is great. I mean, it works. That's it.
Can we have a very quick...
Just recap in case someone's just
very
joined in.
quick
Can you
recap.
make it so high and dry doesn't work now? Give us a bit of information that makes it different to high and dry, or can't
So
you
for those that
even
have
do
just
that?
tuned in, Carl describes in a roundabout way a story which somehow is representative of a song. Is that
Song
right?
title.
A song title.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this woman, she's all right. You know, she has a normal life,
Pretty much.
kind of.
Yeah.
There's probably a few things actually that she can't do thinking about it. But the main problem would be having a wash or having a bath or having a shower.
Yeah.
Maybe going for a swim thinking about it.
Right.
That's good.
I think water is the clue, isn't it? That's the clue.
Alright, so
Who's that on the line?
Hi there, it's Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Right,
What do
if
you
it
think?
smells like Teen Spirit, Nirvana.
No, it's not.
That's a great guess. Smells like Teen Spirit again. He's also
No.
brilliant. Thank you, Mark. Well done.
No, it's not that. Alright. Hello, XFM.
Oh, that's a dodgy mobile.
Oh, that's a bit of a clue.
A dodgy
Hello,
mobile.
XFM.
Oh, they've just given up. They've all been going for Smells Like Teen Spirit. They just hung up.
Hello, XFM.
Hi, is it, She's Electric?
Excellent.
She's electric. It makes sense. That's fantastic.
Oasis,
Carl.
she's electric.
Why does she smell?
Because she doesn't have a bath and that. Because she can't have a bath or a shower. What's your name?
Neil.
Neil
So
got
there's
it.
fact. So
Neil got it. So, did you get it straight away?
No, only, during the song.
A process of elimination from all the other wrong answers.
Yeah, basically.
So,
she's electric.
Rick, I have to say, you're holding your head in your hands, and it looks like you want to shoot off. But I have to say, I thought that was quite good. I genuinely thought that was quite good.
But it's not a cryptic clue, is it? Because it's not. She smells. There's a few things you can't do. She's electric.
yeah, but do you understand what I'm getting at? She's electric.
I always understand what you're getting at, Carl. That's never been a problem in the years I've known you.
Neil got it.
Yeah.
She's
I have to
electric.
say, Rick, I think you're down on this idea. I could definitely see that. ITV1 replacing I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Karl Pilkington hosting.
It's Simon Mayo on the phone
Exactly.
to the lawyers.
Well, Neil, there's no prizes or anything, but well done.
Well done. That was well worth it. Right.
Well, you go away with the award in the knowledge that you've beaten Karl.
Yeah. You can get secure in the knowledge that you thought how Carl does.
Absolutely. Well done, Neil. I have to say, I think you're being harsh on him. I think that's a great game.
All right, let's do it again next week.
I
then.
thought that was a great game.
Brilliant.
Well
Play a
done,
record.
Carl.
Play a record.
What do you want to play?
Oh, you know, I tell you, we've been playing some oldies, Rick, and I've enjoyed them all. But I think I've been in love with this song for many, many years. And when I saw it, reminded of it in Con Air, the film Con Air. Remember, they stick it on in Con Air, and it's just dynamite. Lynyrd Skynyrd.
I love Clue. did go down quite well. Some other people got it. The game show as a whole has been well received.
Well, I have to say the email. We've had loads of emails, Rick. We've had let me just count 2.
Yeah.
And one of them was aimed at Simon Mayo. Came to us by mistake. They thought they were listening to Mayo.
Yeah.
And the other is saying, Carl, they love the game show.
Radio 1 with less people.
Yeah. And so, despite the fact it was a stolen idea, I think we can do it again next week.
Just
next week, let's rustle up some prizes as well.
You're just like your little magpie, aren't you? Thieving shiny ideas from Mayo's nest.
Absolutely. We played Lynyrd Skynyrd just before the ads, and I was just looking at the compilation it comes from.
It's a great compilation.
We took this from Driving Rock.
Yeah.
Which I imagine
this is not available in the shops.
Exactly. I imagine it's come straight from the personal collection of maybe Taron or Foxy.
Or Canfield.
But there's some great names on here that I'd like to see. Maybe we could play them.
He's a little Vance, isn't he? He's a tiny Vance.
Exactly.
You know like your little Mayo? Canfield's a little Vance.
I mean, these are some names. Just
Go on.
I haven't heard them for a long time. I'd love to hear them again. Alana Miles. Black Velvet.
No, rubbish.
Rhea. You don't hear Rhea, no?
Chris Rhea?
Yeah.
Well, what one?
Spin Doctors.
Oh, God.
Lest we forget the Spin Doctors. Crash Test Dummies. What happened to them?
Dunno.
Who else we got on here? Richard Marx.
Yeah.
Mr. Big.
I didn't. He's guilty in that song when he goes, I swear I did, and all that, and the police came around. Well, there's no smoke without fire. I reckon he did it. To be honest. I reckon he murdered her.
You're absolutely right.
Go on.
Legs, ZZ Top.
She knows how to use them.
She does indeed.
She knows how to. It's what it is. It's electrical impulse from the brain.
How is she using them? What's she up to?
She's just. It's
the brothers Doobie are on here as well.
Oh, wasn't that? There's nothing wrong with them.
Absolutely no. Starship.
Yeah.
And Toto as well. You're a big fan. It's not actually.
What is it?
Can you name another Toto track?
Hold the Line.
It's Hold the Line.
Let's rock. Put that on.
Is it good? Is it good stuff?
Down. Ow.
Is it good stuff?
When session musicians get together. Oh,
Can we hear a quick little blast?
Oh,
It should be. Is that disc still in
play
there?
a little bit. Hold the Line. It's
That should
great.
be. That should be track. Let me see. That's
no.
probably track 10.
I hope this doesn't annoy too many people. Like, we're worried.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're playing.
That was dynamite.
That was great.
We'll have some. I think we should
Isn't
have
it?
like a classic rock anthem every week.
Do you not
think? I
I'd
mean,
love to. I'd love
dynamite.
to. Bit of Rainbow maybe next week. Who knows?
Man alive.
Phone in if you want to hear some classic rock.
Classic rock, indeed.
Oh, we ripped off Mayo. Let's do Vance.
Absolutely. Let's just steal ideas from other better DJs.
Okay. What can we have?
There's some great ideas out there, I'm sure.
I mean, if you want to, like, any fix-it's done, if you may want to eat a packed lunch on a roller coaster.
On a roller coaster, yeah, with some Boy Scouts.
Or dance with Bananarama.
Yeah.
Then we're here.
Or 5-star.
yeah.
I love the fact 5-star reform. There's 3 of them.
I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Well, I had a good time.
I've enjoyed it, yeah, it's been nice. It's been fun.
Some good tracks, some laughs, a new competition by Simon Mayo. That was
Absolutely.
That was great.
Yeah. Carl, have you heard the big news? That Ricky Gervais is looking to take up. Well, you explain it, Gervais, because
it's not big news.
No.
What do you mean?
You're taking up boxing, is this right?
No.
What is the story? You're fighting for money?
No. What? Bare knuckle fighting.
No, come on. What is it?
No. All it is. I've been watching this show. It's on cable called Born to Fight, and it's sort of late. It's a late one. We flick round, and I think it's on After Roadies, which is like
Roadies.
It's a one bloke with a camera who goes on tour with different people. Like he went on with Motorhead. He went with the Meatloaf tribute act. He went on with Coldplay. Was in one of them. It's and it's the
Is
sort
this
of
when
cheap
all the
sort of
other
cable.
channels has been switched off? This is the only one left.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's one called Born to Fight, and they just take a different story. It might be like an amateur fight, or it might be an unlicensed fight, not illegal, or it might be white collar, which I'm thinking of doing.
What's white collar?
White collar is just people who want to fight. And it's organised.
Is it like Fight Club?
Yeah, but it's charity. It's safe. It's a charity do. You know, having like big events, and it's just 2 people that aren't boxers, aren't amateur boxers, and they get in the ring. They do three 2-minute rounds, and they just lay into each other. They've got head guards on, and
Rick, I don't mean to alarm you, but we work together obviously, and we make the office and stuff. Your face is my fortune. it. I can't have it.
That must be a bit of a worry for you.
It is. I'm not going to say, well, your heart as well is also a concern.
Yeah.
You know, and you're eating and stuff.
But when I said I was going to get fit, you were going, no, Gervais, you're only funny because you're fat.
No, I agree, this is true, but I'm saying there's a difference between being fit.
Yeah.
And I would say,
Getting
for instance, don't eat kind of, you know, cheese and bacon, you know, on their own.
All day.
Or for breakfast. So what I'm saying is there's a difference between, you know, exercising and then having your face beaten in. And what I'm saying is that I just don't think it's a good idea.
But I might win.
No, well, I don't. That's irrelevant. You're still going to take a couple of blows to the face. And the point is this, Rick: you're not going to win.
Why?
Because you are delusional. You think that you are probably the world's greatest boxer. I know. Ever since I've known you, you seem to think that that's the case because you've watched all the Rocky films. And you think that's fair enough, that seems straightforward enough. But look at your physique, you know, you've got some upper body strength, but, you know, you've also got some lower belly strength as well, I noticed. And my concern is you're going to go in there and you're not only going to be a broken man when you realise that you're just not as handy in the ring as you thought you were, but also you're going to incur some injuries.
This is fighting talk. This is fighting talk.
The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
This one's we want to do it more now, just because of you. It was the same when Adrienne didn't agree that Rocky could beat Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
Oh, she made that mistake. Then she made the same mistake with Drago.
Rick? At what age?
She turns up at the end to take a bit of the credit, didn't she?
When you were this kind of thin, nimble youth in your makeup and your eyeliner and all the rest of it, I bet you had no idea, you had no thoughts about boxing. It never came into your mind, did it? So at what age did you suddenly think, wait a minute, I've taken the wrong path in life. I could have been the world heavyweight.
I don't think I could.
When have you suddenly decided that you can suddenly be a bit street tough? I don't understand why this has suddenly come about in.
Well, I'm not putting out a shout, am I, to fight people? It's not like Noel Gallagher and Robbie Williams.
But you've got to find someone else presumably to fight with.
Yeah, but it'd probably be a businessman who wants a fight.
Right. Do you know there's something really weird about that? Don't you think that's like, if you just listen to yourself, I want to fight a businessman. Please may I fight a businessman?
I don't want to fight a businessman.
You just said.
I want to fight someone who wants to, you know, it's not.
I want to fight them though. I want to fight somebody.
Since you're like that, it sounds a bit mad.
Bring them on, I want to fight people.
No, but it's more the effort and the training and the commitment to it, like climbing a mountain. I mean, I think climbing a mountain and doing a marathon is ridiculously macho. It's not the fact that you can do it.
No, that's not macho compared with boxing.
It's macho, isn't it? Climbing, there's no reason to climb a mountain, there's no reason to do a marathon. If you can run a mile, that's all you need. The fact that you train is to whether you can do it yourself and achieve something. And this is more like the training and the learning skill and then seeing if it works. I don't want to get in there.
But aren't you concerned about you might get beaten? Or you might get beaten up, I should say.
No, what's the worst that can happen?
You'll get black eyes, bruises, and
bruises.
Gervais, let me just remind you of the time we were working in your flat, right? And you immediately, right? I don't know to this day what happened, but you started choking. You clasped your chest. You were breathing, wheezing, right? I leapt over to you. I remember screaming, I don't know the Heimlich manoeuvre. If you've swallowed something I can't help. You gained your breath, you gained your composure. I said, what happened? Did you eat something? Did you go down the wrong way? You said, no, I swallowed some dust. I swallowed some dust. You breathed some dust in that was in the air. There was some dust in the air. You breathed that in. It knocked you out for 2 days. Rick, you were in bed for 2 days.
I love that.
I don't think you're the man for the job.
And that's some dust. What do you think this businessman's going to do?
Exactly.
He'll be permanent. Hurt you permanent.
Yeah.
He'll hurt you permanent.
You found a lump, didn't you, on your testicle? Once we sat in a doctor's waiting room, I remember, for about 45 minutes.
You've got them checked out. It was fine. I think I went twice, didn't I? I said to the doctor at one point, I said, did you check round the back?
Yeah.
I was thinking he hadn't checked it. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Just because I hadn't found anything. My point is this. You're something of hypochondriac. You know you're something of hypochondriac. You know that already. So, why do you think this is going to be any different?
Wow.
When you take the first blow to the head, you take the punch, you'll immediately think that you've got some kind of, you know, brain disorder.
No, I've always wanted to do it, but I wanted to make sure, I wanted to know that I definitely lost my looks.
Right.
And, I've seen some of the publicity shots, I've got mirrors and mouths, so now, because I've definitely lost my looks now, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I want, you know, maybe a younger, more handsome man, I want to teach him a lesson.
I'll end with this.
Right.
For people who listen to this show regularly, you already sound like you're punch drunk. Alright? And that's just your natural way of talking. Please, let's not do the real thing.
Oh, play a record. Oh.
I mean, is it going to be televised?
Well, we could get it on DVD, maybe release it.
Now I'm interested.
Okay.
Is there money to be made? Where TV star Ricky Gervais is taking on his first non-professional bout. Ricky, who are you fighting this evening?
A bloke called Pete Smedley.
Okay, Pete Smedley. How old's Pete?
He's 72.
72 years old.
Yeah.
And now you're very excited about the fight, I know. Pete's just recovered from a massive coronary, hasn't he?
Well, I don't want to get into that. He's deemed himself fit, and that's good enough for me. If he wants to fight. Listen, right, someone just called up and said, they'll fight me. He sounded pretty tasty. I said, how tall are you? He said 5'11". I said, what do you weigh? He said 13 stone. I said, how old are you? 27. I explained to him I'm looking for someone a lot older and smaller.
Absolutely.
A lot older and smaller than
Don
that.
Estelle. If Don Estelle from, what was it?
I'm going to show you now, Steve. Listen, no, it's just a sport. You know, people go, don't go into badminton, the shuttlecock can hurt your eye. It's just a sport.
Okay, fair enough. We'll I'm sure, resume this conversation next week. When, of course, we'll also be playing more of Carl's new brilliant game, with prizes, hopefully.
Yeah, Simon Mayo's What Is Carl Thinking?
Absolutely. I'll leave you with a song for the ladies, Rick, if I may. This is by my friend Harry, you may know, he sends me tracks every so often that I should listen to, and this is a particular favourite of mine. Pretty Pleasing. It's by Kevin Tahista's Red.
I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Merchant.
Hello there. Lovely to be here.
Carl Pilkington there, pressing the buttons.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
How long can you maintain it?
I'm bored already.
Yeah, already bored of doing
Bored already.
Every week you start it the same way.
Yeah.
That was not bad though, you actually grammatically made sense, which is
Really?
Impressive. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
A rare treat indeed from Ricky Gervais.
Some of the listeners have already worked out. Got nothing to say at all.
Sure.
Haven't prepared again.
No.
We did come in half hour early to prepare, but instead me and Carl were playing. You had to flick the football into the bin.
Right.
We had 5 goes each, or the world was going to end.
Okay.
And that took up.
That took up a good 25 minutes.
Yeah, I liked it when we came back, and then we started just trying to beat each other in the corridor, and I beat him. I scored a goal. He was gutted because he thought he fancied himself a football, and I beat him. And I was knackered and sweating.
Yeah.
As I walked back to you about 5 minutes ago, you were looking at the records. You went, and this was lovely. You went. Well, we've done the preparation then.
Yeah.
Like a sarcastic teacher.
Yeah, like a teenager, like an annoyed teenager. Whose parents have embarrassed him once again. And you beat Carl, did you?
Yeah.
Because you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not particularly.
I'm not good at football.
Well, you're not particularly nimble on your feet.
Oh, come on.
No, you're not. Douglas Sparder is more nimble.
I'm alright, But Carl's sort of, I think he's got more skills than me, but he hasn't got the aggression and the weight.
Yeah.
So I just pushed him aside.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Good work.
I'm going on holiday.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm not here next week. What are you gonna do, Carl? Are you gonna do the best of or something next week, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what we've got to sort out.
Well, I can't sort it out. I've got to go to the airport
No, straight after the show you've got to do some links.
No, I'm not doing any links. I said I wouldn't, so...
That's what we planned.
No, we didn't. I said I'd do some during the show, and then
I thought you were joking.
I honestly can't do it today, so we do some during the show. What are you gonna do? Just put the shows that we've done in this year?
Sorry guys, I hate to interrupt. This is the sort of stuff we should have been discussing when you were playing football.
I know. Play record. What are you gonna play?
Let's have a bit of Foo Fighters.
Flying the plane that I'm going on holiday in has already learned to fly.
Oh, well done. That is dynamite. That's a textbook link.
Yeah.
That's genius. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Where are you going? What's the story? Where are you off to?
Sorrento.
Where's that?
Sort of South Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
What are you like on holiday? Are you a nightmare? Are you the
No.
like?
Oh,
Because you're quite. But you're quite. I mean, obviously, I've often said on the radio before that I'm spending any length of time with you is one of the most unbearable things I've ever had to do. I mean, spending a week with you is nightmarish, and sharing any kind of accommodation is. Do you know what I mean? No, seriously. I mean, it's like hell. It's like a living hell. It's like having a teenager.
No, just
it's like having a sort of teenage kid who can't be entertained by anything.
Just chill out.
Just chill out, dude. Just max relax.
Yeah, max relax.
Yeah, sure. And and so if you're in somewhere like Italy, like somewhere like that, because obviously a very beautiful city and very cultured and stuff. Is that something that you enjoy? Do you enjoy the culture of that, the beautiful architecture, let's say?
A hotel's the same anywhere. As long as there's room service and a nice room and pool and it's nice weather.
Sure.
If it's not, I'm annoyed. And I need to blame someone.
And is it true that you go, because you go to Italy most years, don't you? Is that because that's the only food you like eating?
I like pasta and pizza, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been to other places. I went to France once, and you can't explain to them to cook it just cook it properly. I don't want any cook it. There's blood in the middle of that.
Yeah, sure.
Hungary, it was just, I went there for a while and I didn't know, I couldn't identify the animals they were killing for me.
Yeah.
So, and I know quite a lot about natural history.
Sure.
And I couldn't identify what was on the plate, so I don't...
Came home early, did you, after a couple of days?
No, I just got annoyed and I went to McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about McDonald's, is they are in most major cities.
No, but you can't go wrong with
pasta. So if I was with you on holiday and we were hanging out or whatever, and I took you to say maybe a beautiful cathedral, is that something you'd enjoy? I can't quite imagine you actually taking the time to...
Well, as long as it's not a very long walk, we don't have to stay there more than a couple of minutes, I'd love to look around places.
Right, so you'd look at the cathedral, that's taken, that takes people's breath away, people travel from around the world to see that. You would, and how long would you stay
travel around the world to see it? I think they go somewhere and they go, well, we might as well look at the cathedral, you can't miss it, they're huge.
Yeah. And would you sort of spend any time looking at that? Would you just sort of soak in the atmosphere for a moment, or would you?
I'd look at it and I'd go, that's brilliant, and then if there was any sort of soaking in, I can do that later when there's nothing to look at.
Right, what
there's less to do.
Your memory of it later when you're in the bar. Yeah,
sure,
and would you? So can you be kind of in awe of something like that?
If it's big, okay. If I go in the cathedral and it's I've seen bigger, I go, I've seen bigger. If it's the biggest I've seen, I go, that is huge. Let's go.
Then let you off. Sure, because you're a sort of man who gets bored, and this is true, Karl. You may not be familiar with this. Ricky Gervais is a man who gets bored drinking a glass of water.
It's boring
because it's not flavoursome enough.
No, it's not got enough flavour. It's absolute bore. The only thing, Jane's got me onto fizzy water, which at least got something there. But I only drink that when I'm sort of dehydrated in the middle of the night. I never drink a drink of water.
No.
It is boring.
Yeah. But that's why you've always got headaches, and you're always
apparently
moaning and stuff.
That's
one of the reasons I hate you. But when I say hate you, I don't mean I hate you. I didn't mean to blurt it out that strongly. What I mean is, if I'm spending a lot of time with you,
once he said, we're in the BBC canteen, and I was sort of like, and he just put his knife forward, and I said, I'll never eat with you again. I said, what's the matter? He said, you annoy me. I hate eating with you. It annoys me. It looks like a child food. It's just you eat chips and sausage and rubbish. You don't eat, look at you don't touch your vegetables, you don't drink water. He said, he really got annoyed.
Because you've got this, this hatred of anything that's good for you. You won't eat any form of salad.
Why do I eat salad?
Because it's good for you and
lettuce is boring. Lettuce is absolutely boring. Cucumber are boring.
But the thing is, you see, I admit that lettuce and cucumber have not got much flavour, but that's why people will add, say, in Italy, they'll add a lovely dressing. Maybe some olive oil, maybe some balsamic vinegar.
Well, you embarrass yourself, because the good thing about a nice, mature lump of cheddar cheese is you don't have to have any dressing.
Although you add some anyway.
I put a little bit of olive oil in it, and maybe some mayonnaise.
Maybe some Thousand Island dressing.
On a Ritz cracker, you don't need it, it's just extra.
Sure. In any of the culture in Italy? Is that something you do?
Yeah.
The opera?
I don't know about the opera. I've never been to the opera. I do like a, bit of opera. I wouldn't sit through a whole one, but I mean, I like the songs they take from it for that World Cup one. And those two fat birds that they sung in Shawshank Redemption was good.
Yes.
But, I think, I haven't gone into it extensively. I haven't studied the art.
The art of opera.
Also, it's in foreign, so you don't really know what's happening.
It's in foreign.
Yeah. So you don't know.
That's annoying for you.
Yeah.
What about, are you a fan of any of the great English operas? Like, the Pirates of Penzance?
Yeah. Gilbert and Sullivan. To me, Gilbert and Sullivan were like their day equivalent of like Richard Stilgoe getting together with Tony Slattery. And then 100 years later people go, it's brilliant. It is like, they might as well, I don't know, make any episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right, yeah.
Into an opera, and in 200 years time they'll be going, that's genius.
Yeah.
Listen to this one, look, this is Party Quirks.
Yeah, Amdram Societies. We're step. Because I was in the Pirates of Penzance once in an amateur production.
You used to like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I did, that was,
although I did watch it when it first came on Channel 4 about 15, 20 years ago.
But we did the Pirates of Penzance when I was in an amateur dramatic society in Bristol, the Bristol Operatic Society, Light Operatic Society. I don't know why I was involved, because I can't sing. My audition, I thought, this is how desperate they were for blokes. I swear to God, right, I can't sing,
you?
Yeah, alright, calm down. And, I went in and they said, what are you gonna sing? I went, well, I want to surprise you. They said, do you want a piano accompaniment? I said, no, I don't think so. I went to the back, I swear to God, I went to the back of the room and I just sang, Thumbelina, Thumbelina, tiny little thing, Thumbelina dance, Thumbelina sing, Thumbelina, what's the difference if you're very small? 'Cause when your heart is full of love, you're 6 feet tall. well. I just did that, and they just looked at me like I was the weirdest freak they'd ever had. Immediately put me in the chorus, because that was how desperate they were for blokes. We staged it, we rehearsed it. I couldn't remember the lyrics.
Thank God you were doing Thumbelina.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I couldn't remember the lyrics.
What was it for? Was it Gilbert and Sullivan?
It was the Pirates of Penzance. There weren't enough blokes, right, so that we had to double up. So some of the pirates had to double up as the policemen who were chasing the pirates. A little bit problematic in the scene when the policemen and the pirates have a fight. That was a little bit tricky. And the worst things, there's this sequence where, like, the sort of the daughters of the Major General all kind of like, oh, beautiful, something like, oh, beautiful little girls are we, la 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 la. And the women they must have all been over 40. I mean, real kind of toothless crones creeping around in their 90s.
Is it the sort of women that buy one of those sort of porcelain dolls from the TV and go, look, I've had a baby. It's not a real baby. It is a real baby. I'm gonna stab you.
Yeah.
One of those.
Exactly. It's the sort of women that you'd see maybe on TV's Bargain Hunt. You know what I mean? The kind of contestants you get on there. Those are women who sort of very enamoured and they think they've clung on to their looks, but they have never made it in the guy who was playing there's a guy who's supposed to be an 18-year-old prince, an 18-year-old pirate, the Pirate King. He must have been 40 if he was a day. He also directed the show though, so he got to prance around in these thigh-high boots. Ludicrous. It was so embarrassing. It was shameful, really.
I'd love to go to Amdram.
Amdram is a whole other world. It's such an incredible place. Because there's so much backbiting and envy and...
Really?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it's worse than the real world of theatre and TV. It's unbelievable. Because the same old people get to do it every year because they can hold a note.
Can we go along?
You would absolutely adore it, Gervais. It is
film it, a secret camera. Have you ever done anything in a play, Pilk?
We know this. Carl, you've performed,
just did the talent show, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, the talent show, yeah.
Remind us of the talent show.
That's when I did Walk Like an Egyptian, dressed up as a woman.
Yeah.
And did me magic trick.
Oh, is it an egg?
The egg one.
Yeah.
What was the egg one again?
When actually I've ruined it now saying the egg one, but I went on stage with like an hanky.
Yeah.
And I said, at this point I was dressed up as a caretaker in it.
Sure.
Don't know why, can't remember.
No.
I was stood there with this hanky over my hand.
Yeah.
I said, right, you're gonna love this one.
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna make a bird appear in front of your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh god, what's it gonna do? So I'm stood there.
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Pulled the hanky off.
It was an egg.
Had an egg, and I said, oh, it hasn't been born yet.
That's brilliant.
They loved it.
Yeah. Went wild for it, did they? Round of applause?
Yeah.
How old were you? Was that
your,
like 17?
Was that, apart from your paper round, was that the high point of your life so far? Is that what's the best?
No, I didn't really.
Carl, I'd like to see you take that on the road. Or maybe at least up to the Edinburgh Festival next year.
Carl, we're gonna play a song now, right? One of my, great track, Watch That Man, off one of my favourite albums, A Love Insane by David Bowie. But, during that, can you think of a couple of things for me? What's the best thing that's ever happened to you? Can you think about that for 3 minutes? Me and Steve will leave you alone. Just the best thing that's ever happened to you. Remember and think that is amazing. Yeah, can you do that? Play David Bowie. Steve's caught unaware there, just wandering around, not quite ready, were you?
Well, no, I'm just relaxing, I'm just laid back, just hanging.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah.
Best thing that's ever happened to you? Best event, best day in your life?
I mean, there's loads of things that happen. Like,
yeah.
No, but, do you know what I mean? You can go for obvious stuff like, meeting Suzanne, sticking with her and having a nice holiday.
Take that as read.
Yeah. You've got that on your desert island, that's already done.
Well,
and the day you got your qualifications through.
Yeah, the history.
Probably, I mean, when you asked me then, the first thing that came into my mind, right, that was a real surprise, right, because it's like, you get surprises on your birthday and that, don't you? But they're not really surprises, because you're hassling your mum and dad for stuff, and then they might buy it you. So it's not really a real surprise, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd say something that was really like, oh yeah, nice one, I've got something here, is the time when my dad said, empty the bin, will you? Right? I said, oh, do I have to? And I was watching something, it was like, why don't you, or something like that on the telly.
Is this what started your tea bag and banana skin collection?
Right, so it was like, in the summer holidays where you'd have dead good telly in the morning, you had like, the Monkeys.
Yeah.
It was Why Don't You, Banana Splits and all that, right? And I was like, loving that, I was watching that, my dad said, empty the bin. I said, oh, the Monkeys are on in a minute. He said, just empty the bin. So I emptied it, and I just put it near the door. He said, don't leave it there. He said, stick it near the bins in the garden. I was like, I'll put it there later. He said, no, do it now.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, oh, if I miss the beginning of this, I'll be livid, right? So I picked it up quick, ran out down to the bottom of the garden, slung it in the corner, and sort of went to turn back to go back in, and had to look again, because they had like a little AA truck. They bought me, it wasn't brand new, but he'd got it from somewhere, a little AA go-kart, you know, one of them like, little things. I mean, I was young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was like...
go-kart?
What kind of, the plastic ones?
Yeah.
When you're about, I don't know, I must have been like 5 or 6 or something.
So I don't quite follow. Had he sent you out there?
My dad sent me out with a bin bag so I could see, what he'd got me. And it wasn't my birthday or anything, he'd just got it from somewhere.
You sure you hadn't just nicked it and dumped it out the back?
Possibly.
Sure.
But, that was like a genuine oh, yeah, smart.
Yeah.
So I went back in, watched the telly and that for a bit, and went back out.
You thought,
did I tell you about my go-kart?
Yeah, like you...
Yeah.
About your dad giving it away.
Yeah.
What's the story?
I think I've told you some of that.
Have you gone? What? Tell it again.
Well, have I told it on air? I can't remember. Maybe I just told you it. When I was about 8 or 9, I had a go-kart and I loved it. It's one of those that you press back and forth.
Yes.
And I used to come in every day, used to just get changed, run out, and it was, behind the shed, and I used to just go up and down the garden. And one day I came running in, and I ran out, and I couldn't see it. And I went out to the back door, my mum was washing up, and I went, where's my go-kart? She went, your dad swapped it.
Your dad swapped it?
Yeah. With this, it was his mate, Jimmy, in the pub. He went, it's just, I said, what? Oh. She went, yeah, he swapped it for a wheelbarrow. So I went and looked back, and there was this wheelbarrow, right, that was obviously just came off a building site.
Yeah.
Covered in concrete. I couldn't, it was steel, right, I could hardly move it.
Yeah.
And I went back and I went, really? She went, yeah, it's your wheelbarrow.
See, I'm thinking my dad lost a wheelbarrow that day.
Yeah, and I used to push that up and down, it wasn't the same. And
you used to push the wheelbarrow up and down? Anything in there, or?
No, I was just trying to sort of keep myself amused. Yeah. But anyway, that summer, I went on holiday, and I went to Bognor with my mum and my nan.
Another wild holiday.
Yeah, yeah. And I was sort of out by my caravan, and I made friends with this kid, and he'd hired a go-kart from the caravan, is that right? And I remember he was going around it, and it was great. And I said, I've got a go-kart. And the caravan window opened, and my mum said, don't lie.
You've got a wheelbarrow. Be truthful.
I had a go-kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so tragic.
Yeah.
Did you ever really forgive him for that? I'd never forgiven my dad if he'd swapped a go-kart for a wheelbarrow.
I just thought that's part of the course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're in charge.
Sure. Did you used to rush home, change, and into that sort of gardener's gear? Yeah. Straight into your hard hat and dungarees.
I go, Mum, any bricks need moving?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Oh, that's so tragic.
Yeah, yeah.
Still, that was your happiest day.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
That's the one that sprang to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my unhappiest. You see how go-karts can be good or bad? Does that make you think, Carl? That the go-kart is, you know, is good and evil?
Yeah.
Play a record. I'm upset. Huh?
Oh,
brilliant, what ads have you got?
I've got these.
Merchant Rick, I only had one thing I had to do all week. Okay, I was so excited about getting up Friday morning, phoning, getting Bruce Springsteen tickets.
Yeah.
The Boss is playing in October. And basically got up too late.
Well, not sold out already, you just
sold out. It had sold out, but I've started calling about 12:30, it's sold out. I trawled the net, I trawled, all the phone lines.
Some of those buys are bulk buys for selling on, aren't they? They're not all individuals.
This is the problem. I mean, I don't know how many people they can fit in Wembley Arena, but sold out by 12:30, and that's popular.
Wembley Arena?
Yeah.
It's about 12,000, isn't it?
I was so gutted. It was all I had to do. I was so looking forward to it. I phoned up one of those, like, quite dodgy ticket agencies. Do you know how much he was offering to, you know, they're 45 quid to buy. He said the starting price is 225 quid. I mean, that to me is like a ticket tout, like a legal ticket tout.
Are they allowed to do that?
I don't know, it's crazy. I was so angry.
They'd have to say their booking fee was £150.
Exactly. So but now I'm like desperate, I don't know what to do. I'm just wondering if I can abuse our position on the radio and just try and scrounge them from anyone who's listening. No, I mean anyone who's listening who's got the power to get them, you know, or...
This is begging, isn't it?
It's exactly what it is, Rick, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna try and dress it up, but it's just begging.
Ticket touts after you as well, for dissing him.
Ricky.Gervais.
Don't bring me into it.
Shut up. Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk. If there's anything you can do to get me a ticket, I'm willing to pay for it. Up to the price of 45 quid. You know.
Yeah, wow.
No,
second hand.
Yeah, second hand.
You don't want to throw your money around,
I'll give
Steve.
25 quid, come on. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
But that, I mean, do you know what I mean? Because I'm just, like, I asked Karl if he could sort it out. He's done nothing. He's achieved nothing.
I know.
So I'm just desperate. I'm in a desperate situation and I don't quite know what to do.
I'll tell you this though, Karl, don't bother doing favours for him because he's not grateful. You give him something and he goes, right, does this mean I have to give you something back? And I go, well no, he goes, good.
Well, I got you Cure tickets and you did nothing
Yeah,
but
it was
whinge about
rubbish,
it.
that gig.
There you go,
It was rubbish. I went along to that gig, it was a balmy summer's night. The Cure, as far as I'm concerned, owe me a balmy summer's night, because I wasted it. Hour and a half they played 4 hits. I don't want to hear their dirge from, like, some dodgy album and from, like, 1984. I'm not interested. Play the hits. Boys Don't Cry, Love Cats, blah, 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 blah. Instead, I got nothing. I was so angry. I was just, oh, man, I was
You were probably angry at Karl, weren't you?
I was angry at Karl for wasting my time getting me the tickets for
Do you know
free.
what I mean,
If I
Karl?
paid for it,
Are you
I'd have been
getting to
absolutely
see what
livid.
sort of a bloke Steve Merchant is?
No, it's not the point. Do you not agree, though, if you're going to go and see a band like The Cure on a summer's night, Hyde Park, you do not want to hear some obscure B-sides and album tracks.
But that was a great thing about when I saw Bowie at the BBC. He played...
When you what?
You know about that?
I don't know about this.
Yeah, you do.
What? When did you see Bowie?
At the Jonathan Ross recording.
Oh, what, your showbiz friend Jonathan Ross?
Yeah.
What was this? Was that TV thing he did?
Yeah.
You went to that? You haven't told me about this?
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
But you were away, I think.
No, I wasn't. Because I watched it on TV.
It was amazing.
Well, don't tell me that.
It was incredible.
Were you seriously there?
Yeah. And then I went on to a show on the Saturday.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I was just when John said, oh, I need someone to come in, yeah. And I went on to the radio
So you were hanging out with Bowie?
Yeah.
Go on. Who else was there?
Well, the weird thing was...
Shall I go through my favourite artists and you just name them and see if they were there, just let me know.
No, but it was amazing, right? Because he played, just doing low, because it was the Meltdown thing. And he did, Be My Wife, which was great. Then he started doing Fame. Right, and they'd been talking about Ziggy in the interview. He was going, oh, everyone goes on with Ziggy, will you just stop it, right? And it was sort of like, got to a point where he was going, oh, and it was really funny, and, but Jonathan's like a favourite phase with that. And then he started playing, Fame, and it was really good, and he just went, stop this, this isn't, let's do Ziggy. And my spine tingled. I was well done. And he did Ziggy Stardust, and I'll tell you what, it sounded like the album version. And it's got an amazing band, and I love it when they do that. I hate it when just because they've been going for 25 years, they start changing it.
I can't believe that you went to this, that you knew you were going to this, and you never asked me, you never asked Jonathan if you could get me in. I mean, seriously, I mean, you know how much that would have meant to me.
Yeah, but it was very tight. Apparently, I know, but it was very sort of. Apparently, Richard Branson couldn't get in. There was a queue, so I was like, especially there was me and Jane went. David Baddiel and Frank Skinner.
Oh, what? Some new showbiz friends of yours?
No, I mean I'm rubbing it in, Steve.
I can't. I'm just.
But you might not have liked it. You might have complained like Karl got you into the Cure, and you turned it back on it.
That was rubbish, though. That was rubbish.
Well, you might not like what David did. You know,
I'll tell you this, seriously, if I find out that you do, that you've gone to some secret gig or something in the future, and I find out you've been, seriously, that's it. There's no more office, there's no more, no, I'm not joking, I'm not mucking around, because that to me is like, that's what friendship is, that's like, textbook example of friendship.
What do you think, Karl?
No, I just think that's really off.
No, you were away. You were
No, I wasn't away.
Yeah, you were, yeah.
I wasn't away, don't try and fool me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been away. If I was away, I wouldn't have been away if you told me that was happening.
You were asleep.
I'm, seriously, we can joke about it, but I'm really angry about this.
What do you think, Karl?
There's a secret, right? Apparently there's a secret Bruce Springsteen gig that's been planned.
I'm going.
It's all, are you? Seriously, if I find out you're at that, I mean.
Oh, dear.
Play a record so I can shout expletives and we can do I tell you what, lovely bit of electronic.
Oh. A result, aren't you?
Well, no, there's a guy who's phoned up who said he might be able to sort me out with the Springsteen ticket, so deeply excited about that. But, you know, people don't get complacent. He might not be able to.
Steve demands a lot of hard work.
Well, he might not be able to sort it out, you know, he's gonna make some calls, but, if he can't, then, you know, keep calling or emailing, Ricky.Gervais.
You'll be taking me, won't you? Because after that rant about me not taking you.
Well, you're welcome to go. I mean, if you told me that before, I probably could have blagged some using your name. If you let me do that, I could have phoned out the promoter. I'm calling on about Ricky Gervais, BAFTA winner.
Dear.
He'd have probably, sorted me right out. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, we joking aside, it is quite serious. And, As I say, I don't want to pay through the nose for them, you know, I'm willing to go up to sort of £47. They cost 35 face values.
Like that Steve trying to impress a girl in a queue, offered the bouncer £2 for himself if he could go to the front of the queue.
Man, that was so embarrassing. I tried to bribe, did I tell you that, Carl? I tried to bribe the bouncer. He was coming out, he was in sort of, he was like the bouncer of the Met Club, or the Met Bar or something.
Tenner in.
He was no, he wasn't. He was picking people off, right? That was it. He was picking people off, and he was going, you can come in, you can come in. I got chatting to a couple of girls. I thought, I'm in here. I'm sorry, dear. And I thought, I'll act flash. I'll try and bribe my way into the club. The guy was walking past. I cornered him. I went, "Wee, how much did it go in?" He said, £5. I went, "I'll give you 7." And £2. I thought, because the problem I had was I didn't want to go straight to like a tenner, because if he accepted 7, I didn't want to be down. I didn't want to waste money.
Right,
so I thought we could at least haggle.
It was the term. Is that frugal? What is the term for that? Thrifty? I know.
No, but I'm resenting this because you are trying to create this kind of this myth that I'm somehow, you know, like that I'm somehow cheating my money or that I'm not a great lover. You know what I mean? And that's I'm like, it's annoying me. Frankly.
Oh dear. Carl, you went to Habitat this week, didn't you?
You're not going to believe this, Steve.
Go on.
He told me this morning. No.
Do you know I told you about those lads at school with big heads?
Sure, yeah, the big head lads, yeah.
Right.
And the web feet.
Yeah, webbed hands.
Webbed hands, was it?
They weren't there, were they?
They weren't there, but you know, like Ricky was always saying, oh, they don't exist, they only went to your school, you know, la la la. It was in Habitat, there was only one sat on a sofa. Not one of the lads, but one of the...
big-headed lad.
A big-headed lad.
What? Is that like, when you say a big-headed lad, is he like Frank Sidebottom big head? I mean, is it like...
I don't know what this is why... You know, it'd be nice to...
You think it's maybe a medical...
Well, it'd be nice to, if there's a doctor listening, right?
Yeah, a doctor listening to XFM thinking, I must phone up and fuel Carl's obsession with the deformed.
Yeah.
No, but it's not really deformed.
But how big is the head?
Probably, you see, it's weird how it's always kids who I see with it, so I'm wondering whether... They have a full-size head, right, and then when they get older, it works out alright.
Like jumpers. My mum used to get me jumpers a size too big, so it'd last a year.
So, I'm just wondering if it's the same.
So how old are these generally? Are they not like adults? They're like kids,
well, when I was at school there, I was probably about 7, and this kid on
And do they have to wear any kind of apparatus to sort of keep their head from kind of, you know, not tipping them over, or sort of staying upright? I mean, well, I'm just worried that the head's kind of too heavy for their body or something in there.
No, I mean, it's not that big. Right. It's just not right. You kind of go, you sort of do a bit of a double take.
Yeah.
Like the fringe isn't sort of, you know, just above their eyes, it's quite high up.
Sure. That sickens you, obviously. And is it something that repulses you slightly? Do you get
No, that'd be cruel.
No, sure.
But, you know.
But it's not cruel to discuss it on the radio.
Well, it happens, doesn't it?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'd just like to know what it is. If it's like a water on the head type thing.
Water on the head type thing.
Like water on the knee.
Yeah.
But on the head.
On the head.
But, yeah, if anyone knows what it is.
Yeah. People with big heads.
Yeah, it'd be,
and it's, okay.
It'd be good.
Good information.
So, what time, how are we doing?
You sure it wasn't perspective? You sure he wasn't sort of leaning forward and he was really tall? So, the top of the head looked quite big, but then it went to a little body, but really his body was a lot further away.
No, big head.
Yeah.
Just a big head. Rest of his body, fine. Face, okay, everything's normal.
You weren't looking at him in a kettle?
If you wore a hat, it'd be alright, but...
What do you mean, if you wore a hat, he'd be alright?
You'd probably just think, oh, it's a big hat, or something.
Yeah, well, what sort of hat?
So you'd wear like a 10-gallon hat?
Yeah, that would go down onto his shoulders with 2 eyes cut in it.
Yeah, like something from the Ant Hill mob.
Yeah, in Michael Bentine's potty time.
Yeah.
How would a hat help him?
Yeah. Are you sure this wasn't a Diddy man?
I'm not being mean, I just want to know what it is.
No. Okay. Right. Well, if you are a doctor listening and you want to use your kind of free Saturday.
Not the doctor who phoned the bloke in America and said, where do I get blood from?
Sure.
Not that doctor, because I assume he's been struck off now, given...
Sure, give us a call and sort out the whole big head conundrum. What's the number?
08700 800 1234.
That's also the number to call if you have Bruce Springsteen tickets available. I will pay up to £47.
Don't do it. Go yourself. Don't give them to Steve for cost price. Make a little profit.
Oh,
I mean, don't take the mickey.
Don't worry, you know what I feel. You've already ruined the thing. Don't ruin some more of my dreams.
But I'll tell you what, if you do get Steve, tickets, he'll be so grateful that he will spend a bit of money on you, I imagine. You'll buy tickets and, you know, give him something pretty special because you're earning now and, you know.
Yeah. So let me discuss that with them. I mean, let's not make any promises.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a phone call there, aren't you? Is that poor bloke still on the line?
Probably not, no, he's gone.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
oh, you're in the middle of something.
White stripes there.
Yeah, dead leaves and the dirty ground. Steve, what are you doing?
Sorry, mate, I'm just sort of preoccupied with other stuff. I've got the whole Springsteen thing I'm worried about. I've got that playing on my mind.
I've never seen Steve so worried. Like, usually he sits there with his head.
Thank you, Rick. I've made promises to people that I can't keep. I promised about 3 different people I'm getting them tickets.
Well, it serves you right.
Some calls, Rick, that's all.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Are we doing the game in this hour or what?
Oh, we could do. Should we do that? Your game? Well, what was that thing you told me the other day as well? I'm talking about it. People have been phoning up about this. I don't think we should talk about conditions of the mind and brain.
Well, that woman's put you right.
Yeah, shown us it's hydrocephalus. It could be, and all it is that it's totally curable and it's normal life. What they do is it's a baby born with sort of water on the brain, and it comes out. Must hurt a bit in childbirth, and then they just drain it off. It's just full of water.
I tell you what.
What?
It's just reminded me of weird stuff going on in the world.
But it was from a baby, wasn't it? Maybe it was a baby. Maybe it was a baby, but it had water on everything.
Well, listen, right, this was a kid with a big head, as far as I'm concerned. He wasn't a baby. But we know what he's got, everything's sorted. But other things, right, that are weird in the world,
yeah,
do you know, you're
Carl.
always like, you're going on about, there's no ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? How do you answer this one?
Yeah.
Someone here who I work with, right, I'm not going to say they are because it doesn't matter, but they were eating space cake, right?
What do you mean by that, Carl? Explain.
What's a space cake?
For people who...
It's some sort of druggy cake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
A dope brownie or whatever, yeah.
Right.
So something with cannabis in it, is that what you're saying?
I think it's something stronger than that, isn't it? I don't know, but anyway, he was having this space cake, and...
You better give me the name now, Carl, because I've got to report him.
No, listen.
No,
It really doesn't matter.
No.
Is it Sturgis? Was it Claire Sturgis?
Yeah,
she wouldn't bother with. She's gone on the hardest. She doesn't bother with those. It doesn't do anything to her now.
Straight to the vein, yeah.
So listen, right, so he's at a party, right, with his mates, and they're listening to, the Star Sailor album, right? And he's sat there and he's had some of this cake, and he's listening to the album, and his mate's sat across the way talking to someone else, right?
That's weird.
The album's on, and he thinks to himself, this track's going on a bit.
Yeah.
And his mate across the way, who's talking to someone else,
heard him say it,
and he goes,
yeah,
it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he goes, oh.
Right.
And he goes...
See, usually at this point, I say this bloke taking drugs, but you started the story with this bloke
no.
had done some drugs, right, Rick?
No, if he was here now, right, he would say, yeah, I know it sounds mental, but it happened. And it wasn't just the one question, it wasn't just like, oh, this track's a bit long, innit? Yeah, it is.
He had a whole conversation.
A whole conversation with the guy. And
sorry, I just want to clarify, you mean he had the whole conversation telepathically?
Yeah.
Right. He didn't just shout across the room.
And they've recently met up and, like, they've sat there and tried to, like, work out what happened. And it's never happened again.
They didn't have to talk at all anymore.
Yeah. Why did they meet up? Couldn't they just start, like, on their own home?
Do they have to have that cake before they start having a conversation? Hold on, wait a minute, lads. Why are we using our lips?
Yeah.
This is using way too many oh, take them. There you go.
my only question with that is, being skeptics like Ricky and I, whenever we hear a story like that about the paranormal, the first thing we always look for is maybe some other explanation.
Yeah.
Maybe one vague idea.
Lying.
Could be lying.
Chinese whisper.
As I think you pointed out, there are drugs. It's often an issue as well.
Madness. Fear. Delusion. Sleep. Yeah. You know, there are so many things you go through.
I'm gonna go with the drugs
before your dead grandmother pops into the equation.
I'm gonna go with the acid.
Right, tell the other story that you totally believe this as a true story, don't you? The fellow with the being killed.
Right, do you know how the other week we were talking about some fella who had his head cut off?
and he said, when my head goes into the basket, I'm gonna blink a lot, see how many times I can blink.
But if you remember, when Karl first told me that, it was, I think it was Simon or, Nick that pointed out, he goes, no, that's not quite right, Karl. Karl told me that he had his head cut off, and when his head was in the basket, it looked up and said, count how many times I blinked.
Yeah,
but he believed that as well. So he was happy with that.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, you got that a couple of weeks ago, there was a guy, he had his head cut off, and before he had it off, he'd said, I'm gonna blink to show that there's life after death, and
he did 32 blinks, right? Sure. So, you two were sort of putting that down the other week.
We were skeptical of that.
So, I looked again
on the internet?
At some other website.
Yeah.
And there's a guy...
Sorry, it's the website, just to clarify, the website is the place where you bought that property on the moon, didn't you? Because it was a bargain.
Right. So, this guy...
Been gazumped.
Look, we'll see who's been gazumped when this world ends. I've got somewhere to go, right? And I know you'll be calling me up, saying, "Oh, can I come with you?"
Have you got like 2 square foot?
No, I've got acres.
You're gonna have to stand deadly still on the moon in your 2 square foot.
I've got about 20
There's no
acres.
place for Suzanne, it'll just be you. I'm off, love.
It's all those people with big heads and web feet that've been buying it all these years.
Well, listen, right.
Go on.
Anyway.
Play a record, tell us a story after. We've been chatting for
sorry, Karl, no, there's no record.
Play a tune, we'll come back with this. What's this, another ghost story?
Let's play one of my favourite songs of all time, because I'm going on holiday and getting into a lovely serene mood. Sorrento is probably from that. It's Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. Amazing track, that is.
Tune, yeah.
Neil Young,
Dynamite.
After the Gold Rush. So go on, Karl, sorry. Go on, Karl.
So just take us back a few steps, Karl. What's the story?
Right, so I did some research, right?
Let's just recap again. There was a guy you read about who had his head chopped off, he was guillotined. Yeah. He had said to the people around him, I am going to blink once I've had my head cut off to show
the brain can still...
Or the brain can continue to work after death. Okay, so yeah, we queried that.
So you weren't having any of it?
Well, no, possibly for a few seconds, till the oxygen stops being fed to the cells because the blood has drained away. But, you know, nothing spectacular. So
right,
go on.
Well, along the similar sort of lines, right, this is quite a few years ago. This fella sort of upset the royal family doing something. Right, so they said that this isn't good.
It wasn't Ben Outland at that Jubilee thing, was it?
I can't remember what it was, and they said, right,
that was terrible.
We're gonna cut your head off. You know, you gotta show people that you can't be doing what you've been doing.
What was this, the 1970s? When you say a couple of years ago, you mean maybe sort of...
Was it the olden days when the phones weren't very good?
Ages ago.
Yeah.
Ages ago, sure.
So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So...
Very philosophical.
Yeah, imagine that, when you was near school. This was literally ages ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Simon Sharma's History of Britain.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So-
and even before that, which is yonks before, when it was all mental and different. Sorry, Karl, go on.
So he's having his head cut off, and he's resigned to it.
It's the day before. He's kind of got it into his head now that I'm not going to have my head much longer.
Sure.
So he said, let's make use of this.
Yeah.
He said, I wonder how long, like, the body can stay alive without my head on it, right? So they were like, oh, I don't know. So,
Hoover.
So...
The jailers?
Whoever he was asking.
These jailers with one eye.
Yeah.
Get that tongue.
So he said,
no, wait a minute, I've got an interesting scientific experiment, jailer. Well, fair enough.
What is it?
So, he said, what I want to do, right, he said, you know, surely it's my last right. You know, I'm gonna be dead tomorrow.
Sure.
So, let's do a test.
He didn't draw it out this long, did he?
Yeah, he said, let's test this out. You know, he said, do us a favour. He said, you know, it's my last day. What I want you to do is, you're gonna cut my head off. Let's put a white line on the floor.
Right. And
see if, you know, because there's no point asking how far he can sort of walk without an head if there isn't a line, because you don't know what to count. Do you know what I mean? If he loses his head and he's running around all over the place, you can't really count
That's not impressive enough, yeah.
So they said, let's make a white line.
Sure.
Yeah. Who said this? He did or they did?
I think they started to join in with him and saying, well, let's make this a...
Sure. You guess it, go on.
So,
they got Norris McWhirr down. The Guinness people.
Oh, yeah.
So they said, let's get this white line.
Yeah.
And,
dedication's all he needs.
We'll do this tomorrow. And he said, alright then, I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. I'll see you in the morning! Night night, sleep tight. Bye bye.
I love the fact that Carl knows exactly what was said. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. He doesn't know the story or what order it is in or when
but
it
he
was.
knows exactly what
or
was
who
said.
said what, but he knows the intricacies. Alright then, see you in the morning. Bye, little kissy kissy kissy. Oh, I'm not like that. Oh, you joker.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Yeah, anyway.
So he gets up.
Do you want a paper tomorrow? No, I'm alright. Go on.
He gets up and they say, right, you know, today's the day and that. And he said, well, you know, I've got used to the idea. So here's a white line for you.
Got used to the idea. Go on.
So they go, right, you ready then? And he said, I go on. And they cut his head off, and the body walked 32 steps without a head.
Wow.
32 steps.
Incredible.
And that's the lesson, really.
Did it get as far as it walked along the white line, did it?
Yeah, it stayed along the white line, did 32 steps, and then started to stumble a bit, and it just fell over.
Yeah.
But, it was a test that your body can still keep alive for a little bit.
Yeah.
When you've lost your head.
Absolute twaddle. Absolute twaddle.
What do you reckon you can do then without an head? How many steps?
Nothing.
There'd be muscular spasm, right?
Yeah. It would twitch a bit.
It would, yeah. You could not distinctly take 32 steps. The body don't...
Yeah.
Is the doctor still on the line?
Yeah.
The fellow that bought 6 parrots.
Yeah.
And, you could have 32 steps.
Right, so
A
you don't
beheaded
believe
man
that.
doing a bit of line dancing.
Right, you don't believe that, but something that you do believe that a cockroach can live a week without an head.
It can. Slightly different kettle of fish there.
Why?
Wow, insect to human is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that difference.
There's not that much difference in
of course
some
there
insects. Do you know that a snake has a heart and lungs and kidneys and stuff?
Go on.
No, well, I'm just saying.
So?
You're making out as if like they're a totally different
species. I am making that. I mean, call me old-fashioned.
Do you know what you're talking about, mate? I don't want you embarrassing yourself, Rick.
Yeah, I am suggesting they're totally different beings. Yeah, that is. Yeah. Now, Karl, the cockroach is a very different thing. The interesting there is that it lives without its head, because a lot of it's on. There's some of them are phototropic, chemotropic. Some of them just literally have irritation and muscle memory. I mean, they do have a central nervous system, but it's very different. So if you lose the head, it bypasses a lot of that anyway. All this is running around. The reason it dies is because it can't take on water. But it's very different to a man, right, having consciousness and then losing that, and the body's still going, no, I think I remember what I was going to do here.
Yeah, so
I'm going to carefully walk 32 steps along this white line. Imagine just looking down going, oh, missed a bit. Yeah. Maybe the head was in the corner going, left! 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 Oh, he's now...
Well, let's just put it out. I mean, if anyone listening has maybe had a relative beheaded, maybe in a horrendous car accident, but they got up, maybe they went for a walk, they had a little chat before they passed on.
Karl.
Get in touch.
Karl, you are my favourite being. You are my favourite species.
Now, you, Karl, may not be particularly different genetically from a cockroach. You are,
why can cockroaches do that? Why whoever made them went...
Let's play a record.
Do you know what, when I told him this fact, I send him little facts on text messages just to inflame his, interest. I just sent him a cockroach can live 9 days without its head. He texted back, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What's the point of
They're
that?
not doing experiments, these cockroaches.
It's a boring last week to have.
Anyway, and on top of all that, you're thirsty. So it's the worst week of your life, isn't it? That week without your head.
Play a record.
Play a record, Karl.
Competition time next.
Oh. Bit late there, weren't you, Karl? Put your little headphones on. Cleaning out my closet.
What are you doing?
I've got to stuff her face with, toilet paper.
Oh.
Do the competition.
Yeah. Do you know, when we were writing the TV show, I was filming it just for our own amusement, just to sort of, I suppose more as a document, really, so that if there was ever, a court of law that needed, evidence of Ricky Gervais's, I don't know what it is really, sickness, annoyance. He did this for about 2 hours. You see what he's doing now? He's stuffing his face with toilet roll.
Yeah. And pushing the lips out so I can just show my teeth.
Do you know that actually makes me want to be sick?
I know.
Yeah, so you gag a little bit.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Good, well, while Ricky does that, Karl, it's time for your quiz.
See, this is what this is on telly.
Right, an example.
You have to be quiet or you've got to take that toilet paper out of your mouth.
Okay.
I'm really serious, because it's really annoying.
Okay.
Are you going to be quiet?
Yeah.
Right, an example of the game, just in case people didn't hear the launch of it last week. It's a song title. I tell a little story, and that song and that little story is a song, innit?
Yeah.
Right, so, say, for example,
what did we do last week?
What did we do last week?
The woman who,
oh yeah, a woman who really wants to, like have a bath because she stinks.
Yeah.
But she can't because if she had a bath or a shower or a wash or whatever, she'd end up killing herself.
Yes.
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say she'd end up killing herself.
Well, anyway, as an example, that would be one of the stories.
Yeah, she's electric.
The answer there is she's electric.
Yeah,
She couldn't have a shower because she would have ended up killing herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So this week's then, and don't say it if you know it, because the idea is that people can... right? There's this bloke, and he buys a new house, right? And he's well happy with it. His girlfriend moves in with him and stuff, and she says, right, you know, let's clean it up a bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, straight away it'll be worth more money.
Good idea.
So he says, right, you do the kitchen and I'll do upstairs and that. And she's stripping the kitchen down and he goes upstairs and he's in the bedroom and notices little hole to the attic.
Oh, right, brilliant.
Right? So he goes, oh, I wonder how much room's up there, you know, I've never weighed it up. So he goes up there and it's all, like, dusty and a mess. And he goes, this could make a good bedroom, this. So he starts cleaning it all out, puts all the rubbish, like, bins the rubbish straight away, and there's little boxes with bits in that don't belong to him. I wonder what's in here, right? So he opens one of the boxes, there's like a little lamp.
Oh, right.
He goes, this might be worth a few quid, right? And he rubs it.
Magic lamp.
And all the room goes all sparkly and stuff. And he goes, oh, what's going on? And then this fella appears, right? In a nice sort of, pair of 501s.
Right.
And he says, what do you want?
I know already, so all the first bit is irrelevant.
Yeah, but it's about building the story, innit? So don't say anything. If you think you know it, Steve, do you know it?
I don't, so I just quickly recap the end there, I almost missed the end.
So, there you go. He's in the attic, right? His missus is still downstairs, she's not up there.
Okay.
Right, he's on his own. And he cleans this lamp, right? Yeah. And this fella appears out of all this smoke, and he's wearing a nice pair of 501s, and he's wearing a shirt. And, there you go. What's the song?
What song are you thinking of?
The lines are going mental.
Because it's so easy.
Let's play a record, Carl. We'll come back and we'll find out if anyone's got that right. That's a
okay line. The lines are going mental just because it's easy. Go on then. So I first one to get it. The first one to get it. But
well, it's not that though, Rick. I mean, Carl has just decided to revise the actual rules of the competition. Yeah. So that we've decided is very easy. So that's now a qualifier.
And so then I have to answer one live.
Exactly. So whoever gets that one right can play for big money. Is it a quick one
as well? Because some people will lose the will to live. Just cut to the chase. And because they've got to qualify now, we're throwing an Office DVD that aren't ready yet.
That, won't you?
Yeah.
No.
That increases its value by 42 pence. Right, go on.
We'll just go live, yeah? Hello, XFM.
Yeah, hi, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Listen,
a very, very quick recap, Carl, if you will, please, for the people listening.
Very quick.
Right,
a man ends up in a loft.
Man's, after moving into this house and that, he's in the loft, and he's tidying up. His missus is downstairs doing the kitchen, because that needed doing. He's up there, he's cleaning up, emptying the boxes. He finds a little... He
rubs a lamp, a fella comes out wearing 501s. What's the song?
What's the song, mate?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Well, look, I'm sitting in this bar, right? I'm not ringing out relating to anything that's going on right now. I'm after one of these armbands to go and meet Bowie on Monday. Can you help me out?
What? What? Piss off.
You can't say that to our public.
Yes, I can. What I can't bear is people begging, Rick, on the radio. You know, I can't bear it.
Is that the Australian bloke who's got the Bruce Springsteen tickets?
Hello, XFM.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you phoning up for an armband?
No,
okay, great.
Gene Genie, of course it is.
Well done.
Well done.
Right, what's your name?
Everyone else can ring off now, because this
well, she might not take the challenge. What's your name?
Hello?
What's your name?
Christina.
Christina. Right, do you want to take on the challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, right. So this is for... She's already won a couple of CDs. This is for the Office DVD.
Right.
Okay.
Signed by Ricky Gervais.
Right.
So this is the same game again, but we're doing it live. Right?
Okay.
So this is a song title. Right? There's this insect.
I'm loving it already.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's in its little, like, nest. And all the other insects, all its mates and that, are really, like, working, they're grafting hard, they're tidying up. Some of them are going out getting the food.
Some of them have even got heads, they're still working.
Some of them are, like, you know, rushing around, but there's this one insect who's just sat there with its feet up, and it's like, you know, just doing nothing, and it's annoying all the other ones, but it's sat
The
there.
Ricky Gervais bug.
And it's sat there doing nothing, having a little, like, fag and that. What's the song?
I don't know. Oh my god, I'm brainless.
Hold on, I don't know this either. So, obviously it's a type of insect, that's why you've avoided saying what it is. So it's something like lazy ant, lazy bee.
Well, maybe we should throw it back up and to the public.
Oh, no, and I hope this poor woman has called in and now got a stupid one.
But Christina's lost it now,
She's
hasn't
lost it. No, she's blown it, Rick.
Oh,
sorry, you
only because you changed
I
the
don't have a
rules
DVD
halfway through.
player Anyway.
She hasn't got a DVD player, so she's not bothered.
Okay, alright. Cheers,
then, Christina.
Bye.
See you later.
So we can throw that back out then, can we?
Well, I don't know.
Is there anyone on the phone? Yeah, go on, take the next person.
So what was it? There was some bugs, there was a bug and one of them wasn't doing any work.
Loads of them are working really hard.
Sure.
This one's just sat there doing
Oh, I
nothing,
hate that
annoying them
sort of
all, right? So, XFM.
God.
Hello. Hello.
I'm glad to say it's in Karl Pilkington's mind.
I like him.
Hello, XFM.
I like him.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh yeah, is it Animal Nitro by Suede?
No, it's not. Good answer.
No.
It's a good answer.
Is it a good answer? That doesn't make any sense, does it?
It does, it? Oh no, like Carl does.
Yeah.
Hello, XFM.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it Ichiku Park?
No.
Ichiku Park.
Bugs of it, shouldn't they?
Yeah, sure. I think they're stabbing in the dark.
They're starting to think like Carl, which I like. Go on, next one.
Hello, XFM.
Is it Scratch Pervert?
No, it's not.
Scratch Pervert. She's come out of nowhere there.
It's good.
It's something to do with lazy bug, or lazy ant, or
Hello,
lazy
XFM.
bee.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, is it Beetlebum?
Excellent.
Beetle Bum, of course. Beetle Bum by Blur.
Sat around doing nothing. It's right, bum.
Oh, okay. So I don't win anything now?
Well done.
No, you don't.
Yes, she does. She wins the Office DVD. Take her name and address.
Signed by Ricky Gervais.
She doesn't, because she didn't do the qualifier.
She knew it was Gene Genie. Oh, Carl, let someone win some. It's painful enough listening to you for 10 minutes.
Lads, can we
give
just
away
come down
some
for a moment?
things?
Lads, can we just come down for a moment? Once again, well, I just draw you to my point at the top of the show. When you were pissing about outside in the office, we could have been working through this.
Yeah.
We could have been figuring out the rules.
What's her name?
We could
Who's
have had
that?
maybe some
Who's
music,
that?
some jingles.
Who's that? Who's that?
What's your name again?
Can we do this off air? Let's play a record.
Yeah, no, he's not going to give her an address out. We're rubbish.
This
aren't we?
is so rubbish.
We are really rubbish.
What's your name?
D. D.
D. Right, okay, well, play a record and we'll get your address, D, and we'll send you some stuff.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you should come in an hour early. You should sort this stuff out. This is what I've been saying all along. I've been saying we should come in, do a bit of preparation.
I've got things to do.
Simon Mayo used to come in early. That was why
He didn't have to sleep and eat breakfast. 4.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Steve Merchant, and our producer there. I say producer. Karl Pilkington. All right.
Alright.
Yeah, we got to slicken up this thing. If we're going to be as good as Mayo, we've got to come in early and do the work.
Yeah.
Let's get in at 10 to 1 next week. We're not in it next week, are we?
No, well, I mean, we would be if it weren't for the fact that
what
you
you
need a
do-
holiday already. You've done 3 weeks, but yeah, you need a little rest.
Well, I wasn't on holiday last time. I was working.
Sure.
So what, you're just going to do a best of, are you?
Yeah, just dig out some bits.
And what are you going to do? Just lump them together?
Just like, pick some favourite bits.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
That'll fill up 10 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do this then. Do the links then. So.
Well, why don't we do some sort of stock links now then?
Okay then. Do you remember that, Steve?
Oh, that was a great moment. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, I love the bit when he, just play
Let's
it.
just play it.
Right, so you
there's
play some
one.
of there.
But can you do a proper intro, so it's like, you know...
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What, you know what song we're going to come out of?
Just say generic, like, that's a good song.
Well, let's work out what it might be. Okay, well, what do you want to start off with next week then? Well,
Give them a few options.
Okay.
Give them a couple of options. That was a great track by Oasis.
Yeah. Oasis there. Well, we're not actually here today, Steve. We recorded these last week. I'm on holiday. What you're just probably
I'm
chilling
probably out with a lady.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Stop phoning, ladies.
This is like the best of last year, and we're going to kick off with a classic clip. Who can forget this? All right. So
then just weave that in.
Yeah, and then it'll come out of that, come into a record or something. So I come out with another record.
Just one more, just in case I need it.
Okay. I don't know. That was Bob the Builder there. Shouldn't really be playing that on XFM, but...
Stupid car, stupid. Don't know what you're thinking, mate.
You buffoon.
Yeah, you're an imbecile.
Oh, okay, I know. Great track. I love that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Wow, Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, come on, let's get these right. He needs to use these next week.
Okay, another great
Oh, we
track.
just do this later.
I've got to go. I've got to run
Down
away.
to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this isn't going to work. It's a mess.
Well, just oh yeah,
Well,
like
that'll
that.
be fine then for this show. He can slot right in, Carl.
Yeah.
I'm talking of a mess, mate. Your competition.
Yeah.
It was a shambles today. I mean, last week we gave it the benefit of the doubt because it was the first time we'd done it, but you've got to think it through, mate. You can't be making it up on the spot like that and changing the rules.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mate. I mean, I know you did it with the best intentions, but it was
I feel
shoddy.
worried that people think we get at Carl and everything,
Yeah. But that
it's
was appalling.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
terrible.
It was
sort of like-
interminable.
he
Well, I think
gets-
you've got to compress those stories. You've got to tighten them right
He
up.
gets paid something like 30 quid extra for this as well. So I mean, he's getting good money for it.
Listen, right, you say that you've got to compress it, right? The way I look at that competition is like Columbo, right? The murder bit at the end is done in like 3 minutes, but you drag it out for an hour.
Yeah.
So you sort of make it exciting and like, oh, I wonder where he's going with this.
Sure.
And it worked. You know, D Hudson, she's walking away with the DVD, she's laughing.
Yeah, but Dee's fine. She's the only one who's gained. Everyone else has had a miserable time.
yeah.
Of course she's happy. She's won something. But what about the listeners? There's no entertainment.
Like, I
value
mean,
there.
they're loving it now because me and Steve are on, and this is scintillating stuff.
Yeah, this is dynamite
this
stuff.
is amazing stuff. Talking about we're not going to be here next week and doing next week's links.
Yeah.
Because I can't be bothered to come in early. Okay, wow, excellent. Well, it's that's 1:45, Steve, on XFM.
I've enjoyed this wonderful collection of our greatest moments.
Yeah, there's still more to come.
You'll be next week, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be back next week. Okay, I'll do the last one. Well, I hope you enjoyed some of the best of moments there with
I'm not going to use these.
Why not?
They're a mess, forget it.
Sung by Atomic Kitten.
Sure.
And like I said, that's my favourite Suede song by Atomic Kitten.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Thanks for that.
Do you think this is the worst show we've ever done?
No, I mean, we've done some god-awful shows in the past.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, some real grim ones in the past.
Okay. Do you think people see through it even before we tell them that we're not really cutting the mustard,
Yes.
putting the effort in? We had nothing to say last week.
No, I don't think anyone's fooled. I think some people are tolerating us because they quite like your TV work, but I mean, other than that, I think they know
And
the
they haven't
charts.
played good music.
Well,
we don't skip on the tunes.
But if I was listening to this, I'd be thinking I could do a better job. I'd be livid if I worked in like a bakery or something, and I was like, I hate this job, and I'm listening to us, gibbeting about on the radio. I'd be livid. I'd be angry.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if this was a BBC show, I'd go mental.
Why?
Well, because I'd be paying a licence fee and everything. So
okay.
It would feel like it was my money being squandered.
But we don't have to.
At least this is advertisers' money being squandered.
Yeah.
This is big corporations. Screw them.
Yeah, and people haven't paid anyway, have they?
A lot of them haven't.
They probably paid for the batteries in their radio.
Maybe if they're listening in.
We're so sorry about that.
Yeah. I feel guilty just for wasting their time, Rick.
But next week's going to be a clip show again.
Yeah, there's going to be a clip
Carl's
show.
going to do. We're decided that Carl's going to just do the links next week by himself.
Or maybe get a guest hosting, maybe like, what was that good? Dennis Norden?
Yeah.
Norden type.
In the Sony Awards, you hand in one show, don't you?
Yeah.
We could hand in next week's, couldn't we? Because it was broadcast in this year, just that it's a clip show from years ago.
Yeah.
Because you could hand in I Love 1975, couldn't you? In the BAFTAs or something.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. So should we? You're even bored, aren't you? You're bored with this show as well. This is terrible attitude. We're allowed to be bored. We're the talent, right?
I thought you were going to give us like 10 minutes after the show to do them, but
I can't. I've got to go.
yeah.
Right.
Do you want to wrap it up, Steve? Because Ricky's taxi might be waiting now. So
No, it's
this attitude, Rick. Are you going to put up with that? Don't you know who you are?
I just don't believe it. They should be chomping at the bit to get. They should. I can't believe their luck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And do I get treated any different? No.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Answers on a postcard if you can figure out what that sentence meant. And there'll be a DVD on its way to you. Listen, we had an email from Glenn and Sharon, and Sharon was rushed into hospital last week, and they wanted us to play something for her. She's back now and she's okay, but anyway, they always listen to the show, they're big fans. They asked for some Nick Drake. I'll play some Nick Drake next time, but instead I thought we could play a classic Dylan track. I know you're a big fan of Dylan.
Yeah.
Just Like a Woman, it's just beautiful, and that's my song for the ladies.
Like, where were you born and raised? He was like Christchurch, Dorset. Christchurch, 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 Dorset. Christchurch, 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 Dorset. Christchurch, Christchurch, Dorset.